What's up, my friends? Hey guys, it's me back, Comrade Chris. Another quick morning update. Just looking at the charts, trying to put some structure to the GAN fan analysis here. Bear with me. I'm still working my magic here, trying to figure it all out. I am in some long CRO trades, which I am continuing to accumulate as it goes down for the day. But we are up a little bit during the night. I sold out. I've actually over the past couple of days just been trading in and out according to the feel. So follow the previous videos, or just subscribe, and hit that like button, hit that bell, so you can track what I'm up to and see how I'm doing. I appreciate the support there. And anyways, right now I am, as I said, I'm building a long position. My average price right now is about 0.11874. So I am, of course, a little bit under the water, and looking at figuring out, where I should be trading out, or if I should be switching to bearish. And I am actually going to be trying to tighten my trading, my day trading, to not hold nearly as long as I have been. I realize there's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure and just so much volatility at these times. Well, at any point, actually, when you're using leverage, that was a big part of my problem in the past that I hope I'm learning my lesson from. So I'm going to be moving in and out of shorts and longs a lot more frequently. But anyways, what we're going to look at today is, I'm going to start taking a broader look and then zooming in today. So actually, we're going to look at CRO as usual, as that is the primary token I am trading on a day-to-day basis. I do have a crypto.com account, and there's some affiliate links in the profile below if you're interested to trade as well. They have some good, essentially, you can trade CRO on crypto.com for essentially free. So it's a good deal if you like this platform, and it is a pretty decent one. I'm going to go ahead and look first just to see what Bitcoin's up to. Bitcoin is, up for the day. Actually, it looks like most of crypto is up for the day. Total's up. Total one with only Bitcoin, with Bitcoin and all alts, is up about almost 1%, and total minus Bitcoin is up about 0.5%. So it's a good sign. We dumped heavily as the day started in Sydney, so we can see that pretty clearly, and we tried to retrace into it, but we did get rejected. That is a sign of bearishness, so I'm going to go ahead and point that out right there, because if we can't get back through this, then it means the market is not interested right now in reclaiming this, letting these guys get their profits. They're holding them under the water, letting them hold the bags. Essentially, anyone who went long in this space, especially like in this area where there's some strong activity. I don't have volume up on this chart for some reason, but do I? No, I don't. I don't know why. Interesting. I thought I added volume on this, but anyways, so that's something to watch out for. So if we can't get back over 19, are we really still 19.9? Then expect a downturn. But we might very well still come and retest this one more time before we get really rejected down. This is, let's count it. So it's like, here's a 1 high, a 2 high. Oftentimes we have 3 highs before the rejection. So, this could be a high, but that doesn't really seem right. So even if we counted it that way, there's also generally a 1, 2, 3, and then a 4 is where the rejection happens. It's either the third or the fourth. It's a very common scenario. So Well, yeah. So the numbers there is we need to get over 19,900 essentially and hold it significantly, come back up and hit some of these higher level moving averages. We are bouncing around on the 15-minute chart anyways. Let's see the hourly. We are maybe bouncing off of the 50 EMA. Yeah, we're not even able to get into the 50 EMA on the in the 50 EMA cloud on the 1 hour chart. So it's not exactly a good sign, but we can see it's kind of slowing down. Ranges are getting tighter as we go. So, I mean, we still could see something like a rising wedge here, and usually those do tend to fall out. So again, it's very likely that I'll be switching into a short, it seems like, just to keep that in mind on the Bitcoin chart. So then ETH is actually moving a bit higher than average for some of the no, it's not actually. It's right about average. It's certainly higher than CRO. CRO is actually just not doing that much today, interestingly enough. So I'm going to go back here and take this out. I'm going to take this out to the 8 hour but not this one. That's a mess. So what we're going to look at here is this is a setup just looking out at a few different time ranges and putting the GAN fans out. Again, if they're coming from the bottom, so this is January 1st. So this is a year. This is the end of the year, which we have, another quarter basically. Once September comes, we got about another quarter, 3 months to get there. We can see that there's clear resistance here, which makes sense. Generally, whenever the angles are tighter, that's where the resistance is. When they get looser, that's when you have bigger drops and you have more sideways action, if anything. And then, once we get to the next level, it often drops again and so forth. So sideways action. In this case, we're doing some sideways action into the tighter ranges on the, so this is the distribution fan, the green one, and the accumulation fan is what I'm calling it anyways at this time is the purple. So we can see pretty much whenever we do get to this, that's when we, whenever we get here, we generally do pass into buying, and then we have the upward momentum being the name of the game, unless, and of course, we get rejected immediately. So in this zone, we should expect more, and I could look at this and update it a little bit. It seems like we're actually maybe premature. Seems like we were a bit premature on the rejection here, and we didn't make it to maybe the next level. And so actually the resistance could be more in this area. And if you think about it, in the way that these charts line up like this for such long periods out, it really does tell me that there are traders out there who have a much longer time frame. They're playing this game not on a day-to-day basis. Well, maybe they are, but they're also playing it on a much tighter or a much longer time frame. So we are in the bottom part of the accumulation. So we might expect down here volumes to be increasing, which relatively speaking, they are, at least. I mean, some of these ranges now that we're touching into these bottom parts of the GAN, the fan, we do see some larger amounts of volume coming in for CRO, which indicates to me that there's accumulation going on, and we are still moving more towards the downside. But it does kind of look like we have hit the floor, right? It's possible maybe this needs to actually come down a little bit further to catch, the actual bottoms here, which is, a lot of people don't like to look at the very tips, but the tip to me is the indicating point of where the big capital comes in and puts a huge market buy. That's where the accumulation is happening. I mean, the majority of the volume here is within this little tip, these two little lines. So Where are we at? Okay, that's December. That's the end of the year. We actually, if we move it like that, then actually we can see that we're kind of right at the bear bull line, and we are trying to maintain it. And so if we fall through this, we are likely to see a nasty little tumble, right? I mean, it's not going to go straight down necessarily, but we see that it can go straight down. If we fail these lines, then we're looking at a tumble down all the way to the half cent. That's more than a 50% drop. That's another 60% drop from the current levels. So we got to watch these longer term lines pretty closely. We do not want to get under this line here, right? We want to stay above all the way down. I mean, we can ride this all the way down and then trade this as all day long. That's fine as long as we're trading it properly and taking profits at the top and buying at the bottom. Then actually we can help keep a healthy market, even if it is a bear market. That's fine. Anyways, so that's December, right? So then I'm going to go ahead and clear out that line, and we're going to pull it forward a little bit. So the end of the month, and I'm going to go ahead and take it down to a 4-hour chart here. I think, because so we have December here, right? That's going to be your December, or sorry, that's your September right here, and that's the end of the month. So that's in just a few days, right? We have 4-hour chart here, and we can see we still have the lines from December, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on the end of the month lines, right? This is the current fitting that I have. We can see that the resistance for the distribution started here. So, they distributed up here, came down here, and then they're now distributing here is the way I see this, right? And you can see the lines match up so well. We're about to come to a new place in the chart where we're going to have a decision point, right here. And if we dump through this, we better hope that we don't drop below 0.9, maybe 0.10 actually. So this is the point in the chart to be watching for the next dump. Okay. I believe that we still, if we take it a little deeper in, then we can see we're at the bottom. We are definitely running along the bottom side of an important bear bull line, and at the September bear bull line, it's down here at the 11.15 range. So we could just drop a little midget drop here, and then still play this between 11 and 12.50 and make some money, right? We can be trading this line essentially, right? This is kind of one of the lines I'm looking at, I guess, as I'm talking about this outline. I'm taking notes as I'm talking, right? I'm thinking through my strategy along with you guys, essentially. So there's that. Now we can go even a little bit further and let's see what's there. But things start to get messy, right? I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these lines here. And sorry about that. I apologize for the wasting time here with the charting updates, but it's not always the most easy thing to do. Anyways, so then we got, so that's the end of September, right? I'm going to get rid of September, but I'll hold the GAN fans there. Now I'm going to go, we can start looking at the next few days, and I'm going to go ahead and skip, we have today, tomorrow, the next day, and then 3 days out and 4 days out. I'm going to go ahead and just do 4 days out and call it a day for today and look to see where we might be. So that's 4 days. So that's September 2nd, right? And we're going to dive in even further. We're going to go into the 30-minute chart and look where we're at. Let's see. All right. So this, 4 days out, September 2nd, we're already potentially building a base, and we should see higher volumes coming in the next few days if we maintain this very tight range here. The bottom of this range should be aligned approximately with some, the end of the month bear bull line. So that's, between 11, let's say 1160 and 1185. So, up to maybe 12. This little range here looks like a pretty decent one. So we could potentially be trading 1150 to 11 or to 12. And if we really depends on which way we go. If we drop through the 1160, then of course we're in trouble, and we better hope that we hit the 1075 and hold, and we might then pull back up to retest 1170 before getting rejected, depending on if the market is still wanting to push us further down. That would be the perfect type of situation where we would then go down to the 10 and so forth. So right now we're trading in a very tight range on the next 3-day level, and this is again the accumulation. So it tells me that people down here are actually in this perfect spot to be accumulating for the next day or two, but then they'll want to push us back into what looks like some of these other lines, like here might be the next rejection point. The next resistance would be around 1260, 1250, 1260. And then ideally even, we might make it up to the 1330, which we've already been testing the 13 range a few days ago, which was a nice spot to clear out your longs. But we still have that range in the window, and we can be clearing out our longs around 1315 to 1330 over the coming 3 days, basically 4 days. This looks like a pretty tight range. And if we're going to be bullish, what we need to see though is actually pushing above this line, holding this line at around 1250 as minimally 1250 as support. And then of course we would want to actually get above this resistance, which is pretty clearly building up a volume on the longer time frame. Actually, the volume looks a bit lower, but in this area, there's going to be resistance in this area, and then we'd want to get above it significantly, maybe retest the 1392. This is perhaps 3 days isn't enough here, but all this can happen within the next 3 days. We might need to look out a little bit further, and so maybe next time I'll do that. This is just I'm still trying to get my models correct and how to think about this, and so I appreciate you guys' comments and thoughts, and on the longer time frames I'll be incorporating this kind of zooming in and zooming out with the fans. The fans are very, very useful to show you where the support and resistance lines will be into the future, right, and where we're going. And so it does look like at the exact moment that we're talking, we are kind of pushing back towards the top level, 1190. We'll see if we get rejected there. If we don't get rejected, then we might see an opportunity to sell somewhere around the 12, rebuy back at the 1190, and then hopefully push into the 1215, maybe get rejected back into the 1186, and then we'll see what happens, But keep an eye on it, and let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're trading. If you're trading CRO, if you're trading anything else, if you also use GAN fans, I'd love to know how you model this stuff. Of course, there's also the standard Fibonacci, Fibonacci lines. Sorry, I keep doing that. That's not the right one. So we can see where we're at, between this and the most recent pullback, which of course is going to get us into that 12. The first resistance will be about 1250, which is what I mentioned, which is a nice spot for confluence there. So it looks like, on the upside, maybe 1250 is going to be a decent spot to look for the end of the month on the highs. And if we do it one level out further, then we might see something like, let's go to where we are now. Let's see. Let's see, we got to the base. Yeah, well, no, I don't have a good, there's not a really good